What is going on, guys? Welcome back to a new YouTube video, and today I have day 2 of our rebuild week. I called it rebuild in the title, but basically I'm training with my injured knee at the moment, trying to make best out of it. This day we had our heavy deadlifts and it was a bit uncomfortable, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how people voluntarily deadlift with sleeves, because in my opinion they add an extra layer to your leg and an extra layer of resistance. Especially for me, I have longer legs but also long torso, and given the range of motion from my lift, I always rub over them. But anyways, the top set went okay, I would say. It was definitely easy with 232, and here we can see the top set again from the side, and there you can see that the weight itself was not a problem at all. Rather, I would say the positioning of myself, or getting into the position, was not perfectly done, and also I lost a lot of tension and focus throughout the set. The last rep really was no goodie. Also on the very last rep, my thumbs or the grip just slipped and the bar rolled out of my fingers. But overall, the set strength wise okay, but you can see that I'm trying, almost working more out of my back, even though sumo is heavily dependent on using your legs, especially in the bottom part of the motion, almost like a leg press to lift you up, and then the back really only has to work, or should only work, above your knees when trying to lock out. Actually, I would even go as far as to say that your hip should be the one, or your glutes should be the one driving your hips towards the bar for a lockout. This did not happen in this session, so I also felt my back the next day accordingly. I usually don't feel my back actually on sumo deadlifts. I don't have a problem there because I'm able to normally keep it very neutral, but I guess because of the injury some of these shifts in weight happened. Now we moved on to something, I improvised on the day, single leg press. Normally I would do some sets of squats after the deadlifts, but my knees were not taking it at all, and I was calling it after the deadlifts because I also already experienced, or started to experience, some sharp pains in my right knee. And so we were like, okay, let's call it here. Let's jump over to some leg work and do as much as I can without doing too much. So this is, I would say it's kind of funny, but this is almost like the motto right now with my legs, especially quad dominant movement, without doing or overdoing it and further inflaming my knee. It is working pretty well so far, so I guess short knee update, the knee is getting way better and I'm able to walk again properly. Not long distances though, but with the sleeves on during training. I'm just keeping my SPD sleeves on the entire training, and it worked out so far pretty damn nicely. And actually, if you see the numbers, I mean, the top set was 232. If I can keep up the pace and increase 5 to 7.5 kilos each week, I might be actually able to break my all-time 5 rep PR from when I was still in prep in week 6. So I'm very eager to see how far I can push my body and see whether I can stick with it for 6 weeks, or maybe also have to deload it again. Then we jump into day 3 of the week, which is again a more upper body focused day. Put both training days into this one video because I'll be honest, on the day I did deadlifts, I think I went into training with my phone at 15%, and guess who didn't have his charger with him? Not the smartest move I made, hence I put 2 training sessions in one video because it wouldn't make sense to only show day 2. And here we also had the next faux pas by me, because I had ascending sets on close grip bench, really like close grip bench, but I misloaded it by 10 kilos because I got confused by the plate loading, by my own plate loading, and as you can see the inner plate is a 25, and then somehow I always calculated with 20s because I'm just so used to just putting on 20s, and the inner one was a 25, so I messed up there a bit. Can live with the 10 kilo misload, and I think the 132.46 was actually a PR, and the way they looked very light, so that's fine. And then we hop over to some chest and back accessories. First off, machine chest press. Have to say, hands down, I showed you the single leg press that I didn't feel at all from earlier in this video. Would rate it maybe a 2 out of 10. I just should have rather done something else, but I just stuck to it because I didn't have the nerves to switch machines. However, the machine you're seeing right here, my dearly loved machine chest press by Hammer Strength. I know some people complain about the resistance profile of this machine because it will only get heavier the closer you get to lockout, but I find it optimal pushing and really getting a nice stretch in the bottom position and then really trying to get as many half reps in as possible. These have been a massive chest builder for me in the off season and have really shown me, or have really enabled me to really train to failure, coupled or tied together with these squeeze holds at the end. Game changer for me. And then the last exercise, we hopped on to cable rows. I believe after that I did some more pec deck flies and some shoulders. But really this exercise here was inspired by the godfather of bodybuilding, Charles Glass. You really want to stay more forward and then get really the stretch in. At the same time, try and squeeze your back as hard as possible without leaning back and hence involving your back extensors into the movement. Also keep the handles to individual single handles. This allows me to, in the stretch, move my hands together, but once I get closer to the body, drag them out more and hence contract better. And this is a big difference that I recognize when doing cable rows, and I can really recommend you guys also trying that instead of this metal triangle handle that is always in the same position. With that being said, I really appreciate you guys watching and wish you all the love, all the power. Have a good one.